In the kingdom of Eldoria, nestled between soaring mountains and shimmering rivers, there lived a prince named Calem. Born with an affliction that no healer, alchemist, or sage could cure, Calem had grown up isolated from his peers and the world beyond the castle walls. His skin was pale as moonlight, his body frail, and a persistent cough racked him daily. Whispers of his condition spread throughout the land, branding him the sick prince. Despite his illness, Calem was kind-hearted, intelligent, and possessed a wit sharper than any blade in the royal armory. However, his father, King Alden, viewed his son as a disappointment. The king had always hoped for a strong and valorous heir to carry on his legacy, but Calem's health rendered him unsuitable for battle, let alone ruling a kingdom. When Calem turned 20, the pressure for him to marry reached a fever pitch. The king declared a royal decree: any noble family who could produce a suitable bride for the prince would be handsomely rewarded. But despite the promise of wealth and status, suitors were scarce. Rumours of his fragile health and presumed short lifespan discouraged all but the most desperate from considering the match. In a modest duchy far from the royal capital, Lady Seraphina of Erythesia overheard the news. Her family, once prosperous, had fallen into ruin due to a series of failed harvests and political missteps. Seraphina, the eldest of 3 daughters, was known for her fiery spirit and sharp tongue. She had no desire to marry a sickly prince, but her family's dire circumstances left her no choice. "Seraphina," her mother pleaded one evening, tears glistening in her eyes. "This is our chance to save the family. If you marry the prince, we'll be restored to our former glory." Reluctantly, Seraphina agreed. She travelled to Eldoria, her heart heavy with apprehension and resentment. The first meeting between Seraphina and Prince Calem was awkward, to say the least. She expected to meet a weak and despondent man, but Calem surprised her. Though his appearance reflected his illness, his eyes sparkled with curiosity, and his smile was disarmingly genuine. "You don't want to be here, do you?" he asked her candidly as they strolled through the palace gardens. Seraphina, caught off guard, hesitated before replying. "Not particularly, Your Highness." He chuckled softly. "I appreciate your honesty. Most people here tell me what they think I want to hear." Over the next few days, Seraphina's perception of Calem began to shift. His intelligence and humour shone through every conversation, and she found herself enjoying his company more than she had anticipated. He, in turn, was captivated by her boldness and resilience. Despite their growing rapport, Calem's illness loomed like a dark cloud. Seraphina, determined to help him, spent hours in the royal library, poring over ancient texts and consulting with the castle's healers. She learned that Calem's condition had baffled experts for years. Some believed it was a curse, while others speculated it was a rare disease with no known cure. One day, Seraphina stumbled upon an old tome detailing a mythical flower known as the lunaris bloom. According to legend, the flower possessed miraculous healing properties, but grew only in the treacherous caverns of Lumina, deep within the northern mountains. When she shared her discovery with Calem, he was skeptical. "It's just a myth," he said, though his voice carried a tinge of hope. "Even myths have roots in truth," Seraphina replied firmly. "I'll find it. For you." Defying royal protocol and against the king's wishes, Seraphina set out on the perilous journey. Accompanied by a loyal knight and a skilled guide, she braved icy winds, towering cliffs, and hostile creatures. Her determination never wavered, fueled by her growing affection for Calem and her belief in his potential. After weeks of hardship, Seraphina reached the caverns of Lumina. Deep within its crystalline depths, she found the lunaris bloom, its petals glowing softly like moonlight. As she plucked the flower, she felt a surge of warmth and energy coursing through her, as if the flower recognized her purpose. When Serafina returned to Eldoria, she was hailed as a hero. She wasted no time preparing a potion using the lunaris bloom and presented it to Calum. The prince hesitated, fear and hope warring within him, before drinking the elixir. For days, nothing seemed to happen. Then, one morning, Calum awoke feeling stronger than he ever had. His pale complexion began to glow with vitality, and his persistent cough vanished. The transformation was nothing short of miraculous. Word of the prince's recovery spread throughout the kingdom, and he quickly became a symbol of hope and resilience. Serafina, once reluctant and skeptical, found herself deeply in love with the man she had fought so hard to save. Calum and Serafina were married in a grand ceremony attended by nobles and commoners alike. Their union was celebrated as the beginning of a new era for Eldoria. Calum, now healthy and confident, ascended to the throne with Serafina by his side. Together they ruled with wisdom and compassion, drawing on their shared experiences to create a kingdom where all could thrive. The story of the sick prince and the courageous lady who saved him became a legend, passed down through generations as a testament to the power of love, determination, and the belief that even the most hopeless situations could be transformed. Would you like to expand or adjust any part of the story?